OnlyFans, where I do my meaningful sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. Hi guys, and welcome to Garage Reviews, and to this video I would usually do something similar, in my OnlyFans, where I do all of my, educational stuff about fitness. But this time, because this is also my area, a lot of things that Greg is going to be touching upon are my area, sorry. Like the fitness and the movies, which is not actually his expertise, but it is mine. Superheroes, which is not actually his expertise, but it is mine. So, from all of that, he has the fitness, I have the fitness and everything else, but he doesn't really have the, the movie and superhero part down. So, I just, when I saw this video today, I just had to talk about it because, I miss a lot of videos that I could say something about it, but I don't want to, just get into the YouTube drama stuff. But when it's something that I really feel that I'm passionate about, and I think that we have like misinformation here, I just have to talk about it. And yeah, I'm truly passionate about all of that, the fitness, the health, the superheroes, the movies, the whole thing, the special effects, how movies are actually made, which Greg actually has only surface level information about. So we're going to see his video. I'm going to stop it, pause it, comment on what he's saying, and continue it. And that's how it's going to go, guys, here live. And well, that is it. I don't want to make this a very long stream, so I'm going to try to pack, as much as I can, although I cannot help myself rant about it, but I will try to give you the most essential information of why he is actually wrong about that. So yeah, let's see it.
Looks incredible. And what they do is they take that incredible body, make it look even more incredible. Why? For a movie. It's fake make-believe. Do you think there's really a Thor coming from another planet to save the Earth?
That's a super stupid analogy. We all know that the movie is, a movie. We know that there is no Thor, and Chris Hemsworth is not Thor, and all of that, but that doesn't mean that, he didn't train for this more than the other movies, which we're going to get into.
Coach Greg, and have you seen the trailer for Love and Thunder? It's #1 on Trending. Of course you've seen it. And what is everyone talking about? They're talking about Thor's outstanding, incredible, Mr. Olympia-worthy physique.
And that's nonsense, okay? That is not Mr. Olympia-worthy physique, not even a little bit. Yeah, he looks like above what usually actors do for a role. He does look a lot better. He does look very, very advanced now. It's still not anywhere near to the Mr. Olympia level physique. Those guys are much more muscular, much bigger. Just see the Mr. Olympia himself, Chris Bumstead. There's two categories mainly for Mr. Olympia. One is that of the, classical physique with Chris Bumstead, and the other one is I forgot how it was called, but basically the bigger guys, where Big Grimy is Mr. Olympia. So it's a ridiculous thing to say, especially coming from a guy that is a professional bodybuilder, IFBB pro, to say that that is an actual bodybuilding. What? Do you realize the difference here? I don't know if you do, but guess not.
What is going on? And so you all know what I think. Do you think Chris is natural? And that's Chris Hemsworth. And for a minute there, I thought, is this Chris Bumstead?
Oh no, come on, Greg, that's stupid. It's like you have no eyes to compare with Chris Bumstead. Freaking Chris Bumstead, guys. I'm gonna show you a picture on the screen. I can't help it, okay? So, we all know, at least people that do train, know that the actors are not, all the actors that get fit and super lean and all of that muscular enough for roles, they're not natural. All the people that are training and ever trained in their lives and have enough of experience and knowledge about the fitness industry, the movie industry, how those things are made, very well know that, that they're not natural. But that is what the role requires, and they have doctors and everything else to, to achieve this physique. The problem is that it's a bit unethical from one point of view, definitely, to not, to go with that, and you are making a very fake expectations, for people that are just not knowledgeable about physiques at all, and they think that you just lift weights and this happens, and women think that they just lift weights and this happens, which can never happen. I'm lifting weights for so many years now, and I have just small improvements here and there, but I can never become like a man or just advance in 3 months, like become like, well, Chris Hemsworth, where he's normal in shape kind of a thing, and then become Thor. And this is Chris Bumstead, and yeah, he is huge. I mean, this is a lot more muscle. I don't know if people can really make the difference, but this is a lot more muscle than Chris Hemsworth has. Everything about his arms, his fullness of the chest, his striations, like everything, legs. He has so much more muscle. It's not even in the same category as Chris Hemsworth. It's stupid to say that. So I just cannot believe that Greg is going to, make a mistake on something that he is supposed to be a pro on. I just don't get it. But continuing.
Unbelievable. That's right. Unbelievable. As in, I don't believe it. Other people are saying, oh, he must be the trend. Yeah, I bet it's a lot of that too. But I do believe that this is Photoshop, as in CGI.
Okay.
I do not believe that Chris Hemsworth looks this good. Don't believe it. And so I personally believe he's probably taking stuff, as in doing cycles, going on and off.
Okay, he is taking stuff. Yes, he did build a bigger physique for this role. He did only build lean mass, which is almost impossible. Yeah, you have to do fasting, a lot of other things. Just not gonna happen. Just not gonna get the fullness, the size of the muscles. If you do this naturally, just not gonna happen. You need the freaking, PDs from whatever kind that he can get with the doctor's clearance and all to create this physique. The fullness itself is a clear sign of, artificial hormones. So we all know he didn't do this naturally, okay, but this is not CGI. I mean, his cloak was CGI, but Greg, this is not CGI. His body is not CGI, okay?
That's what I think. I hope that's what you also think. But in his most recent movie, Love and Thunder, also prepping for his role as Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan, guys, and thank you very much, Mati, for the super chat. Thank you. Hulk Hogan was never with that good of a physique. He had a decent physique, never like Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, is actually genetically gifted to have very good chest in general, good ab definition. It's not like messed up like The Rock. I mean, The Rock doesn't have very good abs, just all over the place. Bulgarian in my head for some reason. Very good like muscle insertions. The muscle bellies are good and all of that. So he has good genes in general.
Are you kidding me? And so in looking at Thor's physique, all I can think of is the standards have gone too far.
What standards? He's a god. I mean, Chris Hemsworth is playing a god, Greg. He's not supposed to be looking like a regular human being. That's the whole point. Superheroes in general are not supposed to look like a regular human beings. Because what is there, the visual representation of the ideal that we have to strive towards? I mean, superheroes inspire, and not only visually, of course, but they inspire by what they do. Their actions speak for themselves, and then you see how they look, and it's an emblem, it's a symbol. It's important. You see someone that is in shape doing all of those things, because people that can do usually things that are a bit out of the ordinary, just above regular humans. I'm talking about real life. Athletes. Athletes go above and beyond what just a normal person that doesn't train at all can do. And of course, because they're training for a specific thing to create specific skills and to develop their specific muscle fibers, type 2, type 1, and all of that for the specific sport. So yeah, they have to be fitted, they have to look amazing. And a lot of actors, I mean, all the actors that I can think of, did amazing transformations for their roles. And Chris Hemsworth just went above that. And when you take a look at his previous looks, how he looked, before Thor 1, then how he looked in Thor, you can clearly see that now he's looking a lot more muscular. But you can also tell that this is his own body. He's not. This is his own muscle structure. It's not someone else's body with Chris Hemsworth's face. There's a lot of other things. I'm gonna touch upon that. But yeah, this is his body. It's just very much enhanced, and with the performance enhancements. Yeah, no, I don't want to say all the words because YouTube's gonna censor me, but all of that can be achieved very, very fast if he's already having a training base, already established physique to a point he can build upon that, and he can create this. He can for a few months. If you're natural, no, absolutely not, never. You can come maybe like closer to that if you're like a super amazing natural, but those people are like 1 in a million and even less. So anyways, let's continue.
We used to think that Wolverine was incredible from the X-Men.
Okay, first, Greg, this is a picture of Hugh Jackman when he was like in the first movies, not the first he almost didn't have any muscle, like maybe second or third. I need Logan here to tell me which movie that was because I just can't remember right now. But Hugh Jackman got progressively leaner and more muscular with each row, and we all know that one in Japan, that Wolverine movie, where he has the scene and he's all literally very, very dry. I mean, he's so lean that he looks like his skin is from gunpowder or something. That's just an expression. Bulgarian and English maybe doesn't sound very good, but yeah.
In comparison to Chris Hemsworth, Wolverine, he looks natty. But I do believe it's being...
Actually, what Wolverine looks here, that can be done naturally. That can be done, just not in a few months.
Artificially enhanced by CGI and creating unrealistic expectations, standards for most men.
I don't see the problem here. He's playing a god once again. He has to look not what we're supposed to be like trying to achieve. He has to look like in the ways that a god would look like. A god, like that sink in, Greg. Because you do have to have this mentality of how you're making movies, why you're making them, what are the characters, what is a superhero, what is a god and superhero in the same time. He has to look above a lot of standards. And yeah, I mean, this is self-explanatory. I don't know why I have to explain that, but I guess I have to.
And you're thinking, no, it can't be CGI. You see Thor when he's overweight, obese? Did that look real?
With the same muscles that he has on his arms, because he was already in shape. He just put on a fat suit.
Kinda. He looked like he was overweight or obese. But Thor was never that way. That's just CGI fat suit.
It's fat suit, is not CGI, but okay.
And so if you don't believe that the movies have an incentive to make Thor look more incredible than he really is, then you're just kidding yourself. And so yeah, of course, they're trying to make Thor look his best. Probably pumping up, oiling up, doing everything.
Yeah, so before each scene, and you can see that also, making of Man of Steel, you can see how Henry Cavill is pumping for the scene. They're using elastic bands, resisting bands, and whatever they can, push-ups, pull-ups, to pump up before a role, because like right now I don't have a pump, but if I did, I will look a lot better, my traps are gonna look better, everything's gonna pop. Now I don't have anything, and the light is not showing my any striations, which I actually do have, but you can't see them with the light. So the point is, yeah, if I go to pump up now, I will have muscles, but if I don't, I will look like this because I'm natural as well and a girl and don't have a lot of testosterone, and also very feminine physique, not like the Olympian athlete, which are very flat from a lot of sides, and they just have this male structure to them, and their muscle bellies are just a lot more defined in general, where I have a lot more curvy type of a physique with like body fat, spread in the right ways, and that also like prevents me to get this dry, very cut look. And anyway, that's another topic. I have to starve myself to very low points of body fat to even get close to that. But that's, yeah, that's just my genetics in this case. But in the other ways, at least I have this best of both worlds kind of a thing. So that's another topic. The point is, each and every actor that plays such a role, they do pump before every scene. That's normal when you go to a bodybuilding contest. All the contestants are pumping before they go out on the stage, because that is how you have to do. You have to present your muscles, because when they don't have blood in them, they just look flat. That's the reality of it. But that does not mean that this is CGI. Still, all normal stuff to have a pump and all those things.
He needs to do before doing his scene. But on top of that, with the aid of CGI, they can make the waist look smaller, the abs more visible, the striations pop out more, the muscles more voluminous, full.
In general, yes, but mostly movie studios do not like to spend, a budget on a CGI bodies, especially when it's naked humans, because they prefer just for the actor to get into that particular shape. And then you have filters on, and then you have the pump, like I've said, then you have the best lighting possible. And those are all normal things that a lot of times they can just be done practically. And then, with the filter, of course, that's not practical. But yeah, the point is, this could be done. They do not need CGI. They just don't need that. They don't do it because it's extremely expensive. Like, to have She-Hulk now on screen, she's probably not gonna turn a lot, to She-Hulk. I don't know, she's supposed to stay in that shape for a while, in that form. But that's expensive, and that's why not every movie looks like Avatar, and not every movie looks like the Apple Plus Prehistoric Planet documentary special, which, if you can't see that, it's one of the most amazing, most realistic CGI, mind-blowing that you can ever see. So such things are expensive, especially on human physiques and how they move. This is a challenge. This is like the biggest challenge of CGI, basically, that 3D artists and animators still have to do. No matter if the actor is attached to all the dots and all of that, still a challenge. So they avoid that, and they will always avoid that whenever they can. So yeah.
He looks incredible even without the CGI, but not this good. Also, if you don't think they can just Photoshop a guy's head on another person's body, then what are you even doing? Are you not aware that movies, they can do what they want? And is there any...
Okay, so yes, they can, but it's always very obvious. Like Captain America, Chris Evans, not his head, but his face only was CGI'd on this guy that was supposed to, just the body double, the super skinny guy that he was portraying, Captain America before he became Captain America. That's just his face. They cannot do like the whole head, because his whole head is more muscular, it's more, with the cool jaw and everything. So they cannot do that. They had to put his features on that guy's face. That makes a lot more sense. And that is called deep fake nowadays. So it's a lot more easier to do that than to switch the body. Like, so much easier. And you can see like the latest Ryan Reynolds movie. Not the latest, he has a lot to this point. But yeah, that one where he is in the gaming world. At the end of the movie, you see this huge muscular guy that he's a real guy that they picked for this. So they picked a muscular, super muscular, Hulk-like almost bodybuilder in real life to play this character that's supposed to hit Ryan Reynolds, but it is with Ryan Reynolds' face on his head. It's kind of like also his head to a point, but they pick and choose which parts of the head to do so it looks like it's him. It just depends on what type of a character you like to show. With Chris Evans, you have to, with Captain America, you have to show that he is very skinny all the way. He doesn't have the manly features of the square jaw and all of that. But with this guy, you can totally put his, Ryan Reynolds' head on this guy. But still, it was only the face, at least as far as I saw the making of. Anyway, once again, the point is, it's much easier to just take the face and put it on someone else's body. Yeah, than to... And once again, it is Chris Hemsworth's body. You can just check, it's obvious it's his body, just more muscular. Every freaking person has a different body, literally, and different muscle insertions. So you can't have The Rock's chest, for instance. You can't have Chris Hemsworth's abs. You can't have Chris Hemsworth's muscle bellies in general. You're just gonna have some variations of muscle bellies. Like, for instance, a lot of people that don't have very good muscle bellies, muscle insertions on the shoulder, they can't develop the back of the shoulder very much, so the arm just doesn't look as good. But Chris Hemsworth can. He can, obviously. This is bulging in this part. The muscle has 3 heads, like the last one, the back one, just bulging out, which speaks of very, very good genetics, and also the introducing of androgenic, stimulant hormones. Yes.
Nothing wrong with this. No, I'm actually on the side of Thor, Marvels, and so on. After all, when I watch the Incredible Hulk, that green monster, I don't think, oh, that's fake. I don't think, oh, I need to look like that. Look at the Incredible Hulk. I don't feel good about myself anymore because the Incredible Hulk, he's so much bigger and stronger than me. I know it's a cartoon. And so when you watch movies, it's for entertainment. You shouldn't actually think that those are what people look like in the real world.
Sorry, Bulgarian. Who think that people look like that in the real world? Who? I mean, there are certain people that take stuff and because they want to, and let's say they're going for men's physique, which is much smaller type of a physique. And if it's enhanced male's physique, I only watch the guys that compete in the natural ones, but yeah. Oh, I need tea, sorry guys. So, yeah, most men and most girls prefer just the guy to have enough of a lean physique, not even have abs. I prefer to have, the chest, the abs, everything else. And I would love this type of physique, but I know very, 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 very well this is not achievable, natural, and I wouldn't want for anyone to put themselves through that harmful process just to look like that, and it's not going to be sustainable because you cannot just keep, taking the stuff all your life. So if you want to sustain very, very good physique, you just have to make it naturally and sustain it, and whatever that is, it's the best that you should stick with. Keep improving, but it should be something that you're happy with. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that are natural, of course, some that are fake natties, but some that are natural, and you can totally tell. That's not an insult, you just can't tell, but they have still amazing physiques, by any standards, just not as much as this, because they're not supposed to look like Asgardian gods,
But the problem is people watch these movies and they actually think that they're natural or that they're not using CGI. It's like a cartoon.
Okay, Greg, yes, some people do think that, but that doesn't mean that his body is CGI. Doesn't mean that.
Watch a cartoon, it's make-believe. When I watched Bugs Bunny versus the Wile E. Coyote, and he kept exploding and then coming back to life, I never thought, I could jump off a cliff and get bombs blown up in my face and come back to life. I was too intelligent for that. I was 5.
Okay, come on, Greg, that's just not the same thing. It's not, the analogy is not accurate here, because you're actually wrong about what you're talking about. But okay, I'm going to take your comments, guys.
How did you can adults watch Thor and think, there's no CGI and they're natural? They just trained hard. They ate chicken, broccoli, and rice. And so you're watching Thor, struggling, chest striding, veins everywhere, 6-pack popping. That's how he looks. Course not. CGI.
It's not. Greg, have you seen CGI? Nothing as good as this. Nothing as good as this body. Really, even Avatar, they don't make Navis very muscular, but yeah, and they're blue, so. But yeah, you can't see such a great physique. You can always tell it's CGI. Here is obviously not freaking CGI.
Looks incredible, and what they do is they take that incredible body, make it look even more incredible. Why? For a movie. It's fake make-believe. Do you think there's really a Thor coming from another planet to save the Earth?
Come on, it's totally different thing. Nobody thinks that unless they have some kind of a mental
And
issues.
so what you're going to see is
Yeah, that is Chris Hemsworth regular physique, what he's walking around most of the time. I mean, depending on which year it is, but this is like the beach body type. But you can still tell the body structure, even the freaking nipples, everything is his. I mean, that is his type of a body. And what we are seeing now is just the best version of it.
Thor, after the movie, most likely going to go natural, stop taking whatever it is he's taking, lose 20, 30 pounds of muscle, and look normal again. And then perhaps they'll ask him for another movie a couple of years down the road. He'll get maxed out, put on some size, and they'll CGI him yet again. And so the next time you see someone incredible, stop thinking, oh, it's got to be steroids. It's got to be something they took.
Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, the fact that there's, like I said, lighting in the movie and he had a pump before that doesn't mean that his body is not what it looks like in that particular moment, guys. Because a lot of the actors, when they get into these types of shapes, they only look like this 1 or 2 days when they're really on set. The rest of the time, he's going to be covered in armor. And the only thing that really needs to look very awesome are his arms when he's showing them. And they are bigger, they're more defined than any other movie as well. So, yeah.
Could in fact be CGI. Case in point, Natalie Portman. Do you know how many people thought she's on PD steroids?
Oh, and look at that now. Natalie Portman is another story.
I did a video on her. 500,000 views. Why? Because someone photoshopped biceps on her.
No, Greg, that's not what happened. Okay. What happened is once again the thing with the face, not the body. Nobody touched the body. It's the face. This is some kind of a fitness model. I don't know who exactly. And they took Natalie Portman's face or just features and did a deep fake. That's it. And there's a lot of other deep fakes of Natalie Portman with, flexing with the biceps on the internet. And that's not the only one,
And said, look at her. She's sauced up for that role. Only thing is, it's not real.
You can see from a mile away that that's not her body. It's not even her face structure. She looks like she had a lot of work done. I mean, Natalie Portman, she still looks like herself. She may had something done, but she's still her. This is a totally different person. I mean, deepfakes are not that not that good sometimes when they're done, by regular people with some software. You can freaking tell, but he's not educated on those things as well as he thinks he is. So he's just making assumptions. You have to do a research for this.
Not happening. And so you see him on top of the rock, arms out. He looks pretty good, but no.
He looks amazing. He looks the same. He just have clothes on. You can tell by his arms. So yeah, look at this part of his part of the back, and that's why you have to train that part of that. I mean, you have to train the back part of the shoulder, because otherwise, this is something that I also started doing more for the past few months. I training more of that last head here, because otherwise, really, the shoulder doesn't sit the same way. You really need that.
Nowhere near the look of the physique of when they stripped him naked, chained to the ground. And so I do believe on The Rock, probably how he looks. And that's with a pump, with the best lighting possible. You really think they're trying to make him look okay, all right? No, they're making him look his best. How many photos, how many times did they take that? Do more push-ups, more side laterals. Put the arm exactly like this, light shining a certain way. That makes you look the best. And in comparison, the amount of CGI when they stripped him naked with those chains? Are you kidding me? He was in a full robe. Hocus pocus, boom, closes.
Okay, so his eyes maybe cannot detect CGI, but I sure can. It's the same thing with my mom. I show her something at CGI, she's like, oh, it's real, and I'm like, no, it's not. I can tell
Here,
she can.
You think that's his actual physique as he's standing there? It looks pretty real, close to real.
No,
it is CGI.
No, I don't know how he can just say that with a straight face. I just can't understand that.
And so, yes, of course, I don't believe he's natural. But just because he's on PD's, not going to look that good. And so the people watching this thinking,
why? Why wouldn't he look like that good? PDs can do that and good genetics can do that. He's the one that is speaking about that. He's the one that is saying that a lot of times because it is true. PDs can do that. And with, along with good genetics, if he's a good responder, all those things. And like I said, he has to only look like that for this scene. Whenever he is shirtless, he doesn't have to look like that through the whole movie. He just has to look as close as possible because his arms are showing. That's it. So it's not that unbelievable. And it's just not a CGI body, it's his body. That's
Wow, I want to abuse PDs too. I want to look like that. Look how easy it is. You take this, take that, train a couple years, boom!
I don't know. Well, yeah, some people that really have no concept of fitness, health, and all of the supplements and the artificial stuff and the hormones. Anyway, they can think that they can look like that, but you still have to have good genes, and you still have to train very, very good for that to happen. So it's not like, just stating this for the record. Even if you have all the things that he has, like the resources, the trainers, the equipment, whatever it is, perfect eating diet, the perfect PDs, you can't achieve that if you don't have as good a genetics as he does. It's just how biology works. He has his own body structure, his own wideness of his shoulders, the bone structure as well, how muscle inserts on the bone. Like I've said, all of those things, and I'm sorry, but I have a lot of puppies around me too. But yeah,
Mr. Olympia, baby pro. Problem is, steroids, PDs, they don't work as good as most people believe. Everyone thinks, oh, if I just abuse those PDs, I would get a pro card too.
What are you talking about? They work for, well, everyone, just on a different level. Yes, some people are very bad responders and they can literally, I don't want to say stuff because, once again, YouTube censorship, but some people can get not that, amazing super results, but compared to if you don't take them, they still will get like at least 5 times better results than if natural.
No, you wouldn't. Do you know?
Okay, unless in the cases that then you have like someone that is genetic freak and he can get better results than someone that has super crappy genetics and he takes steroids. Okay, that is possible, but still, it's case by case basis. But to say that PDs whatever do not work as well, it's ridiculous. And he knows very well because the only way that he got turned pro was to decide to finally be unnatural.
How many people are abusing PDs and look like garbage? They don't even look like they work out. Tons of people are taking PDs, not getting the gains, not losing the body fat that
If that's bad trainers, not enough knowledge, and yeah, bad genetics, but you can do still a lot. They're super potent, those things. Come on, Greg.
The only way to have a lean, impressive physique, genetics, hard work, training, and of course the PDs can help. But without putting in the work, the calorie deficit, you are not going to have an incredible physique. You can't just take.
That's in general correct. So I don't know what is his logic then. He's like contradicting everything that he just said.
Steroids
as well.
and look like Thor. And so hopefully that sheds some light on things that you're thinking, wow, I can't believe this guy's physique. Look at the steroids he must.
Okay. So I already addressed everything that he said. That was it, pretty much. I just don't get it, Greg. Why would you, say so many things that are wrong, even in his own field, which he already explained before correctly in different videos, because I watch him all the time. I mean, he is wrong about other stuff that he did not check, but that's another topic. Okay, I'm going to check your comments, guys, and then I'm gonna go, because this is going for a long, long time. So, once again, thank you so much, Matty. Will the right lighting, bump, yes, fast, makeup, combination, this scene makes sense. Yes, and he's also, you can also see him, that's, pictures that he's not on the set of Thor, but you can see other pictures, at least of his arms, and they look just as lean, jacked, veiny, and all of that, as they do in the movies. No, he's not woke, actually. He's trying to cater to some people that may think in that way, but he's not particularly such a guy. Oh, Greg, oh no, brother. Greg is an amazing guy. He doesn't really deal with any Western social political stuff. Yes, he just thinks that he knows a lot about material that actually he doesn't know a lot about for some reason. He annoys me. He's naturally assumes that we are stupid or something. That's not his train of thought, Matty. He just thinks that he knows things that he didn't check. I don't know why. He just saw that of Natalie, the thing that happened with Natalie Portman, which she is totally a topic of another. I mean, she also took something because it's absolutely impossible for someone that never trained, all of a sudden was skinny ballerina all of her life and then have bulging muscles that usually don't bulge this way on a woman especially. But yeah, that's another topic as well. I mean, about what she can take. I mean, a lot of stuff that are not gonna make her manly and change her voice, and she can still have anabolic effects. Yeah, which a lot of people also don't know. But it's still obvious that she took something because once again, she's a woman, and her arms are ridiculous in a very very amazing way. But still, just not what's gonna happen if she just train naturally, not for a few months ever. She will have newbie gains, but still not to that extent. That's just very, very extreme what she has now in this movie. So yeah. Uh Hi to Saya. Salutations from the deep south. So far deep it's actually north. That's so funny. So salutations to you too from Bulgaria. Sorry about that, guys. Pups. Goldie! Goldie and Timmy. Prestanete, sprete, stop it. Sorry, they don't understand English. I have to talk in Bulgarian. Goldie and Timmy, Goldie and Timmy. Um, Okay, so yeah, Abby also responds to Matty. Thank you, dear Clayton, for this. And Matty says, and it's hard to be hard to take him seriously when he has products popped up with in the background. This is just his brand that should be really quality. It's just that it's really expensive. I can't afford it. I can afford other brands that also work. But that's another topic. Yeah, he's a businessman. I mean. But okay, guys, so that is it. I'm a fan of Greg in general. I still don't agree with some stuff that he says, but really this time he went overboard because I really don't appreciate when someone just is not especially in particular fields, but they still talk about it. I mean, he is a bodybuilding pro and he has more than like 50 shows done in his life. He won awards and he has so much experience with that. He coached people, and to go out and to say things that just contradict his own knowledge is ridiculous. That's one. And second, to talk about how the movies are done when he doesn't know, to cannot tell the difference between CGI, dip fake, what was faked. It's ridiculous. He still went out and did it. So that's why I talked about this, guys. So that's why, because at least, like I've said, I'm doing fitness and I'm coaching myself for a lot of time now, and I'm also the superhero, one of the superhero. I'm also superhero, kind of nerd, geek, whatever. I know a lot about superheroes, the movies. I'm watching all of them. I'm in this movie universe and in the bodybuilding and everything like that. But he's not, so I don't know how he can say this, but that's why I'm making this video. Without further ado, guys, I really, really, really have to go. It's almost midnight here, but thank you so much for being with me. If you'd like to help, you can always share, rate, comment, and subscribe. It's super important. And thank you, Matthew, once again for the support. Also, OnlyFans, where I actually do all my coaching about everything from sex education to fitness, health, nutrition, and even personal relationships. But guys, with that being said, thank you and see you very soon.